All right, welcome back. Um, so I did a video, maybe about like a month and a half ago, where I talk about Dr. Umar Johnson, and the theme of that video was pretty much mental health, and that I've observed, uh, well, from my perspective, from my observations, it appears to me that he's losing it. Um, he's definitely losing it. Was watching some of the Hidden Colors movies. Well, I should say rewatching some of the Hidden Colors movies, especially the first and second one, which was done almost about 10 years ago. And even just the way he was then, speaking and what he was speaking about and the energy and everything, and to now, it's drastic, man. It's yeah. I hope that brother's doing well. I hope people are getting the help that they need. But anyway, this video is pretty much like another chapter in that theme of mental health, especially in the black community, especially black men. Now, I'm making these distinctions for a reason. Now, for instance, obviously we know that there's black men and women in the black community and children of both genders, and then also, now you have this push with the LGBTQ community, and then obviously you'll have a lot of people from that community and endorsers of that community saying that they need to mental health issues are important to them and stuff like that, yada yada. Listen, man, their mental health issue is their identity crisis already. So do they need to see a mental health specialist? Of course. But that's a no brainer. And I know some people probably won't like that, but it is what it is. I think that you have the right to do that, to do whatever you want to do, be what you want to be in this day and age, and you should be happy with that. They're trying to force me to get on board with that, and endorse that. I don't. If you want to think that you're a different gender, whatever, knock yourself out. But I don't have to freaking join in that nonsense. But anyway, I say that to say this: the mental health of the quote unquote black man is of the utmost importance, because obviously the black man is supposed to be leading the household, and I'm sure most of you hear me say all the time how we need to get the black man back in charge of the household. But if you get a black man in charge of the household who is mentally unstable, then obviously that's not helping anybody. It's actually gonna hurt people. So there's many reasons for mental health issues to come up. Obviously, I'm not a therapist, not a psychiatrist. I'm not a doctor in any psychological field. What I'm speaking on is just basic observations that I've witnessed, and that I know, and I would associate with, or actually use juxtaposed with common sense. Basic knowledge. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a rocket scientist or a neuroscientist to be able to comprehend basic levels things. And I think that a lot of people actually in life sell themselves short because they cap themselves because they don't have set degrees and set fields and stuff like that, and it's just not the case. Most billionaires don't have like a formal college education or formal education. That's just the reality of it. So anyway, I digress. Back to the mental health theme. So it's important for the black man to understand, or the community for that matter, understand that this is a huge issue, and it doesn't get spoken about nearly as much, or nearly as much as it should, for that matter, and that's also part of the reason why mainstream media is not your friend, black people, or should I say America's original people. Again, the Facebook page is up, AOP, America's Original People. Obviously, I've said time and time before that it's a group for the America's original people, aka the black people of captivity. It's only for us. This is our movement to to seek and gain knowledge, to teach it, and that way we can, once we have the knowledge, then we can start to build businesses for the community, in the community, and then from there we can expand and do more and bring real substantial change to our day-to-day lives. So again, it's America's Original People. It's a Facebook group. It is private, but if you find it, click and request to join, and we'll get you in. All right. But anyway, sorry, I keep going off on these tangents. Normally, I write down what I'm going to talk about, so that way I can kind of stay, like guided. But I woke up today, and I this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while, and I figured if I put it off, I could put it off too long, and I want to get it out sooner rather than later. But anyway, so the issue with mental health and how the media doesn't talk about it as much as they should, because they're talking about everything else. They want to talk about, oh, Jacob Blake got shot in the back 9 times. And they want to keep putting that in your face, keep putting that in your face. Look, at the end of the day, this is what happened. Jacob Blake was a fucking moron, knucklehead, all right? Anyone, I don't care if the person is quote-unquote black, blue, yellow, Chinese, you know what I'm saying, an orangutan. I don't give a damn. If you do some silly shit like that, you deserve to get shot. You deserve to get shot just for being stupid as hell. And he's, like I said before, he's lucky to be alive. He should just be fucking happy that he's alive, because that man's a goddamn idiot. And to do all that with your kids in the car, man, you're selfish. You're a fucking fool. I have no pity for people like that. Period. And you know what I'm saying? And oh, well, he's black. He's on our team. You gotta understand something. Everybody won't be saved, and it's not because it's not. Everybody can't be saved. That's first and foremost. Everybody can't save everybody. That's just the reality. So with that being said, everybody won't be saved, and niggas like that will not be saved. Period. Point blank. But I'm saying that to say this. The media puts that spin on it, and they want to keep putting that out there. Put that out there. It's obvious to me that obviously Jacob Blake has some kind of mental health issues if he thought that what he was doing was okay. Even before the cops even arrived, just being there, trying to finger pop some broad with your kids in the car. Like, come on, man, what the fuck? Get your priorities together. And then obviously George Floyd. They want to talk about that. Now, what happened with George Floyd was definitely unlawful, and it was very. It's we as a nation, we witnessed a man be murdered on TV. And I don't think that, and I've said this before, I don't think that they should have allowed that to be syndicated for as long as it was. Or maybe syndicated is not the right proper word, but to be aired for so long. Like, there was so long. You might even still be able to pull up the video of George Floyd having the life drained out of him. That's someone dying. And so I'm not sure if it's still up, but either way, it was up for a long time. It was up for at least a week. People could watch that video. And why? Why? Why are we showing this? Don't get me wrong, it was a horrendous thing. But again, he was no saint. Not saying that he deserves to die like that, but you know what? You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. The energy that you put out into the world and you bring, it's coming back, man. You know what I'm saying? It's coming back. So, that in the eyes of some can be seen as a recompense. But they want to keep talking about that. They don't want to talk about mental health issues. And that guy was drugged out of his goddamn mind. So who the hell knows if he had mental health issues or not? I mean, if I could take a guess, but what's the point at this point? There's always this push for all these other agendas to get moved, on our dime. George Floyd gets shot. Black Lives Matter comes out of nowhere, and they're freaking run by lesbians and Marxists. They literally say it them fucking selves. Okay, so every time I say it, people are like, what do you mean Marxist? Look, like, if you're getting your information from me, And I'm not knocking myself because I'm doing the best I can to get real information out to you guys. But if you're getting your info, if I'm your number one source of information, then you need to open up your information streams, man, because we live in the information age. It's all around us. So if I'm telling you that they're a Marxist movement, and this is a group that you've been quote unquote backing or aligning yourself with for some time, then you didn't do your due diligence at all, because it's not even like they tried to hide it. So anyway, moving on. George Floyd gets killed. Then the Black Lives Matter movement comes in out of nowhere, right? Comes in, commandeers the whole situation, and then now they're out here making demands. But at the end of the day, when they're having these discussions behind closed doors, they're advocates of destroying the patriarchy. They said that in the nuclear family, and like I just said, they're Marxists and they're freaking they're run by 3 lesbians. So what kind of agendas do you think they're pushing? Who do you think they have in mind when they're having these discussions and these conversations about new changes that they're looking to implement? Do you think that the black man that just died, that he's actually on their mind, or they're just using that as a guise to get what they want across? We have to wake up. Like I say this all the time, and people get upset. Black people are being pimped. I did a video on it. You're being pimped. You're being pimped by everybody. That's the crazy part. You're being pimped by your own people. You know what I'm saying? Black Lives Matter comes in, and you think that, oh, they with the cause, man. Yeah, Black Lives Matter. So down with the white man. But then when you look at the Black Lives Matter riots, the protest is full of freaking liberal black females. Most of them are gay, and then a whole bunch of quote unquote white people. When you go to Black Lives Matter movement, the smallest demographic you see is heterosexual black men, and that's by design. By design, because one, they don't want your ass there. The only good you are to them is being shot the fuck up by the police, not by another black person, because that's no good to them. They'll never come out and talk about that. But the only good you are to them is when you get shot up by the police or choked out by the police. So and I've said this again, and this is going to be a reoccurring theme. Can you be for the black community and not be for the black man? The answer is no. So if you have the Black Lives Matter movement, which is Marxist and run by lesbians, right, and then you have that they're out there and they're trying to get their legislation passed that isn't really for you, and they don't want you at the riots. You're not at the riots. I mean, the protests. So are they for you? No. So then are they for black people? No. Are they for the community? No, they're not. No, they're not. But you get pimped out. You get pimped out by it. It's because it sounds good. It's cool right now. It's a cool thing.